I've become a killer ape from a horror novel. Looking at my hideous face, I felt so down. Outside the zoo cage, some brats were throwing mud at me.
This big dumb monkey's mean. He'll kill someone. Let's hit him with mud.
Okay, so that is how it is. Tonight, I'll kill you at your home. Just then, I heard the system's voice.
System mission activated. Kill all residents of Unit 5, Happy Complex tonight.
What is worse? Like father, like son. The kid's dad came over, pulled out some peanuts. I thought, not bad, at least he knows to be kind to animals. But as I walked over and reached for the peanuts, the dad ambushed me. He slapped my face when I reached out to grab him. He dodged back, and the bars blocked me. I was furious. Fine. You sealed your fate. He kept taunting me from outside. It is just a big dumb monkey.
How could it kill anyone over the next 6 hours?
I realized these NPCs are not normal. One guy was peeing right by my cage. Some even poked me with poles. And a woman insisted on using her camera to snap my butt. Said she'd never seen such a red monkey butt. Before leaving, her boyfriend poked my butt with a pole again. Watching me howl in pain, they laughed hysterically. Now I get it. I'd read this horror novel about killer apes. I was puzzled why the apes targeted them. Now I see, these people deserved every bit of it. After 6 long hours, the zoo finally closed. In my mind, I heard the system's prompt.
System mission starts now. Each upgrade grants new skills. Current mission 1. Escape the zoo. Find happiness. Block 5.
I froze on the spot. So it is not a direct teleport to Block 5. But the problem is, the novel never said how the killer apes escaped.
Countdown. 1 hour. If host fails to escape zoo.
Wow, this thing really shows no mercy. Always threatening elimination. I scanned the area. The fence is tight, not something I can break by hand. Digging out. You kidding me? This is concrete floor. No way this place looks like an exit. So maybe a worker comes to feed me. I attack him and escape. That is possible. I grab the fence and shake it, making a clanking sound. But for a long time, no worker shows up. Half an hour has passed. Still no idea. Then I think of something. Maybe pick the lock. The lock mechanism is simple. Just push the latch with something hard and pull it out. I look around. Finally, in the yard, I find a piece of wire. This might be the tool to escape. Excited, I walk to the lock and start examining it. Then I freeze. The lock is already open. Alright, plot twist, huh? I curse the system for a minute, then quickly leave the zoo. Before leaving, I also steal a worker's uniform. It is a full set, plus a yellow raincoat, just like in the story, when the killer ape first appears. Exactly the same. I put on the uniform, wear the yellow raincoat, hiding my head inside. From outside, I look like a hunched old man. With the night, unless close, no one will spot me. I walk on the street, lost again. The horror killer ape story starts with the ape entering Building 5 of Happy Community and already killed 1 person. But it didn't say how to get to Building 5. The city's so big, I might not find it in half an hour. After thinking, I came up with a plan. I'm a killer ape, can't talk, but writing is fine. I found a store and grabbed a pen from a shelf. On a blank paper pad, I scribbled down Building 5 Happy Community. Well, I'll be. At least I'm a primate. Can write. In other similar novels, I wouldn't even get to write. I walked to the street, holding the paper, asked a few people. I gestured that I was mute. They kindly gave me the exact address. Finally, with a countdown at 5 minutes left, I reached the destination. And then the system's voice sounded again.
Congrats on completing task 1.
I was totally shocked. Peak 1 of 3. Oh, 1 was so powerful. It had a system and skill rewards. Now it all makes sense. I checked the 3 skills. Skill 1. Super jump. Jump power doubled. This skill is likely for later. When residents flee in panic, it was used then. But now, everyone's doors are shut. This skill is useless for now. Skill 2, Brute Force, Strength doubled. This skill is also practical. Paired with a fire axe, it is easy to break doors. But it is early game. If I break doors directly, other users will flee. This system's mission is to kill all NPCs in the building. There is also a high IQ protagonist in 404. So early game, no Brute Force. Skill 3, Super Perception. You sense others' caution level. This skill seems useless, but I soon realized it is the most useful early skill. Early in the story, the killer ape hasn't yet shown absolute destructive power, but it can knock to lure people out. This means I can use this skill to judge who is unguarded. I'll go with this. I quickly chose skill 3. Then I entered the building. The first floor has a starting weapon, a giant fire axe. This starting weapon, I must take it. but the kill order needs adjusting. In the original story, the first victim is the protagonist's neighbor. As they say, neighbor sacrifice brings infinite power. I can't trigger this protagonist buff yet, so I set my target on a floor far from the main character. I walked to the end of the first floor and unleashed my super perception. Soon, a door appeared with a green glow. Only I could see. Green means no defense. This door in the novel was never mentioned at all. So the person inside probably doesn't know about the killer ape. I stood at the door, grabbed some dirt from a hallway pot, and smeared it over the peephole. This was to prevent the person inside from noticing. Then I knocked slowly, as gently as possible, imitating the knock rhythm of a woman or an old man. I knocked 3 times. An old man answered.
Who is it?
I made no sound. I kept knocking. The old man got annoyed.
Coming, stop knocking.
I lowered my hand and waited for him to open, even though I transmigrated into a novel and was killing an NPC. My first to kill still made my hands shake. I gripped the fire axe tightly. My breathing grew heavy. My whole ape was anxious. The old man finally opened the door. I closed my eyes and swung the axe down hard. The fire axe smashed his head into a big hole. Damn, I held it wrong. Good thing no blade can still kill. But a weird thing happened. Before the old man hit the ground right in front of me, they pulled out a phone and sent a message.
There is a killer in the building.
The system alert blared.
The story officially begins. 5 minutes later, the cops will arrive. Starting now, for each kill. For every 3 kills, get 1 upgrade chance.
Hearing the system's voice, I fell silent. This system is grim. Just as I tried to leave, I heard a child crying inside the house. My heart skipped a beat. Now, within 5 minutes. Can I find a way to trick open another door? I don't know. But if I don't kill, the cops will come. I steeled myself. I walked into the house. Actually, originally, I had a heavy conscience. The elderly, the child, the woman. For a grown man, are absolutely not ones to harm. But when I entered the house, I smiled. This was one of those kids who threw mud at me earlier. I grinned and laughed out loud. Earlier, they called me a killer ape, a stupid monkey. Fine, I'll keep my promise. I'll kill you now. I sprinted forward. He swiftly raised the fire axe. Now there's still about 15 minutes left. I should be able to trick another door open. Just as I was about to leave, something struck me. During the day, there were 2 brats and their dad. If the dad isn't here, this is the grandpa's house. Then it is impossible for only 1 brat to be here. The other must be here too. I grinned wickedly, then stomped heavily a few times, pretending to leave. I looked around. No closet here. No other hiding spots. The only place to hide is under the bed. I quietly crouched by the bed, a sinister smile on my face. Even my breathing slowed, afraid someone under the bed might hear. Soon, the sheet lifted at a corner. The other brat poked his head out. He'd barely popped out when he saw my face with that evil grin. He screamed. But I didn't care at all. Throwing mud at me earlier. You were pretty bold, huh? Nice. I can level up again. Second upgrade, I chose Onomatopoeia. This time, I finally left behind beastly roars. I could make human sound. Still hoarse. But I could speak clearly. I picked up the old man's phone, checked the info above. The owner group is in chaos. Many are saying to lock the doors to keep the killer out. Some say they've called the cops. Police will be here soon. More people are showing the old man, asking what is going on. I picked up his phone. Thought, then replied in the group.
Not a person. It is a gorilla. That thing knocked on my door. When I opened it, it attacked me. Luckily, I shut the door fast, but I'm still hurt.
I used my claws on the old man's arm, scratched twice, leaving a bloody wound. Then took a photo. The group chat got heated.
Oh my god, so scary.
Good thing. It is a chimp. We can tell.
From now on, if someone knocks and doesn't answer, just don't open the door. Sir, are you okay?
Badly hurt, but not fatal.
Everyone else sent a take care sticker. They still have time for this. Wonder what? When I ambush them in disguise, they'll do. I saw it was almost ready, so I left the house. The old man's phone I kept on me, watching the group chat. By now, 5 minutes had passed. The 3 people dead. Bought me 30 minutes. I started banging on doors, only the red ones. These high alert people became my cover. Every peephole I smeared with mud. They couldn't see what was outside. Then I posted in the group.
That guy is tricky. He smeared mud on the peephole. Can't see a thing.
Right. If we didn't know a killer chimp was outside, we'd be fooled.
Good. That is enough. They've confirmed some info. First, there is a killer chimp outside. Second, the chimp smears mud on peepholes. Third, the chimp only knocks, doesn't speak. Next, it is time for me to hunt using the info gap. But surprisingly, Room 404, as main character, hasn't spoken yet. In the original plot, he should be the first to analyze. But now the story seems to have changed. Is anyone in 404? Is the protagonist still there? That bothers me. Because protagonists often have sharper instincts and special abilities, unlike other NPCs. Usually, all are the hardest to kill. So I decided to avoid the protagonist's room first. Choose another room. I slowly walked to the second floor, knocked on room 203. From the old man's phone, I confirmed that in 203 lived his son and daughter-in-law. Remembering the man earlier who slapped me, I was furious. I smeared mud on the peephole as usual, then wiped a bit off, ensuring they could only see a vague outline. I coughed, then knocked, and spoke human words. Hello? I'm a cop, investigating a murderer here. Please open up.
Okay, coming. Officer, the peephole's blurry.
The man was cautious, clearly scared by the murderous chimp. I tried to sound a bit helpless. Looks like mud. I tried wiping it. Can't get it clean. Hearing me again, he relaxed. He'd never guess a killer ape could talk, and that this ape would use info gaps to set a trap. That is a total mismatch. The man opened the door. I swung the fire axe and hacked into his head. Blood splattered everywhere, covering my yellow raincoat in blood. Done. Now it is exactly like the original killer ape form. The man screamed. It alerted the woman inside. She just came out, saw me, and wanted to beg for help. But the killer ape's physical fitness was excellent. I lunged forward in one stride. The woman went silent. Having killed 2 people, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. If they had sent out any information, things would have been tough for me. Mainly, I haven't evolved again, so I don't know what abilities I can use. I took the man's phone and directly sent a screaming voice message. The sound cut off abruptly, making your skin crawl just hearing it. I need the residents to be scared enough to ensure they stay obediently at home and don't come out. I used the old man's phone to send a message.
Son, what is wrong?
The group was in an uproar. No one knew how the chimp got in to kill. I didn't reply further. As long as they stay panicked and can't think calmly, it is fine. Then, the protagonist of 404 finally spoke. Everyone be careful. I think maybe this chimp is unusual. Why didn't I hear the door being broken down? It must have used some trick to trick the door open. The protagonist is indeed the protagonist. His analysis hit the nail on the head. Everyone agreed. So they started planning. Don't open the door easily. That was tricky. But soon, I had a new idea. On the stairs, with a fire axe, I hit the floor hard. Then, mimicking the killer ape, I roared and screamed. After that, I made escape sounds. Done with that, I used the old man's WeChat to message the group.
Looks like the cops are here. I just heard fighting.
Yeah, I heard it too. That thing seems hurt. Not sure if it is dead.
Not necessarily cops. Against that animal, they'd use guns. Still, be careful. Usually, in these stories, the hero's words are ignored and no one listened. That is what I wanted. I used the same trick. Went to another door and knocked. Hello, sir. That chimpanzee has been subdued. I need to enter your home to take a statement. Please cooperate. The door was green. The person inside unsuspectingly said,
Okay, coming.
When they opened the door, I swung the axe. Another life taken. Before me, upgrade skills appeared. This choice becomes very interesting. Body modification. Arm modification. Becomes human. There is a note. Any modification retains original data. Even as a human body, you keep the killer ape's power. I fell into thought. This system seems to hide secrets. After killing everyone, am I turning human? That is intriguing. Is returning to my original world the process of going from killer ape to human? But I have too little info now. I can't judge what is correct, but body modification is key. 11,020,010. Chimpanzees, 101 are actually hunched. They're all hunched. 700,010,301. 10,016,011,001 clear difference. After choosing body mod, my body changed. This is my human body. Chubby, looks a bit stocky. Only the limbs seem off. And this killer ape's big head is way too big. After the upgrade, I glanced at my phone. Someone found a flaw. The person opposite sent a message.
That chimp can talk. Just now, IT mimicked a cop's voice and killed the guy across from me. If you hear police orders, don't open the door. Even if you do, verify first.
Damn, that trick won't work now. I hunched over on purpose, left the room, and from the side, checked the peephole across. Turns out to see better. He smashed the peephole. But luckily, I've upgraded once. Got the info edge again. Using the old man's phone, I sent a message.
Yes, make sure. It is a chimp. Huge. Nothing like a human. No human is that tall. Also, it wore a yellow raincoat. Very obvious.
The group replied fast. They all felt that if outside, it is not a giant in yellow, it is safe. User 404 suddenly asked, what if it takes off the coat?
Even naked, you'd still see it as a chimp. Stupid question.
But I caught on to what he meant. He meant if the chimp changed into other clothes, disguised itself. Too bad no one listened to him. I rushed downstairs to the security room. A new hunt plan is about to start. The security uniform in Happiness Estate looks a lot like a police uniform. Most people can't tell the difference. In the security booth, I killed Old Wang, still asleep, changed into the uniform, got it on. I then turned on the booth's PA system. Please don't go out for now. In 10 minutes, police will start luring the animals. Then, please leave your rooms immediately and head to the safe zone outside. Chimpanzees are extremely destructive. Staying inside could be dangerous. After the broadcast, I also used Old Wang's phone in the owners group to send the same info. 404 was the first to object. We can't go out. Once we do, there is no safety guarantee. Police capture is fine if we just stay home. No need to run to a safe zone. Next, the classic dumb NPCs show up.
You doubt the police plan, didn't you hear? Chimpanzees are strong. You wanna die? Go die yourself. Don't drag us down with you.
404 tried to argue, but was ganged up on. They all called 404 a bad guy, afraid he couldn't escape and wanted a scapegoat. I was quite happy using the old man's phone to send 404 a message.
Kid, I think you're right. I'm not going out either. I don't believe that thing can break the door. Otherwise, I'd be dead by now.
You're that chimpanzee, right? I looked closely. Only you mixed up info and gave false info several times. The old man died long ago. The phone you're using his phone to fake your identity. As expected of the protagonist. Your IQ is no joke, but I won't admit it. He is just guessing, not certain. I'll ignore him for now. Take out the others first. I lowered the roll-up door at the unit entrance. The door between floors 1 and 2 is ready to close too. Next, I'll catch them like turtles in a jar. Once they all rush down, I can shut the door and kill them one by one. This is way faster than normal. I found the old man's body, bagged it in plastic, a full bag of blood. Then I pretended to be a cop, yelling in the building. Flank from the side. Drive it upstairs, best to the rooftop. Give residents time to escape. I deliberately knocked things over, making it sound chaotic. I also found a gunshot audio on my phone. Gunfire echoed in the hallway. Then I used a killer ape's voice to scream in pain, and it ran fast. I dripped blood along the stairs, all the way to the rooftop door. Then I quickly ran down and made an announcement. Residents, evacuate the building now. Residents, evacuate the building now. 3 times in a row, the building was in total chaos. Everyone was rushing out frantically. I, in my security uniform, strolled leisurely to the junction of floors 1 and 2. They were in a hurry downstairs and didn't even glance at me. Soon, everyone gathered on the first floor. Those who came down later panicked, seeing the closed rolling door.
What are you doing? What if that beast gets down here?
What if I am the beast you're talking about? I took off the security cap, revealing the murderous ape's hideous head. Then I leaped up. People below started panicking. Many shoved those in front to block me. After I landed, I grabbed a nearby fire axe and went on a killing spree. One swing, one bloody mess. More fun than a hack and slash game. I knew they were all NPCs. Even if killed, they'd respawn in the next instance. That eased a lot of the psychological burden. After killing everyone outside, I had already obtained the brute strength skill. Then I started searching room by room. 2 swings of the axe, and the security door was smashed open. With a hard pull, the whole door panel was torn off. In the building, fewer and fewer survivors remained. A series of upgrade prompts came through. After a round of choices, I found I had turned into a human form. Only one part was still a murderous ape. Heart. And now, I only have one last goal left. I slowly climbed to the 4th floor, knocked on the door of room 404. It is almost over. No need to hide anymore. But to my surprise, the person in 404 actually opened the door. At that moment, a piercing cold hit me completely because 404 had a face exactly like mine. Seeing me, he burst into mad laughter, then kept muttering to himself. So that is it. Is this the punishment for watching without liking? The 404 before me was clearly insane. I didn't give him a chance to keep ranting. I acted directly, snapped his neck. But before death, he still gave a creepy smile. Soon, in my mind, the system's voice rang out.
Congratulations, host mission complete.
I looked around. Why didn't it send me back? Why am I still here? The eerie voice sounded again.
Now roll switch. Killer apes will attack. Try to survive the assault. Memory wipe commencing.